Hey there, Clint here with PositiveProsperity.me. Happy Friday. Alright, TGIF. I hope all is well with you. In this video, we're going to talk about how do you view the past? And yeah, this idea just, came to my mind. And yeah, how do we view the past? Do you view it as something great that brought us to where we are now, or do we view it as something disastrous, stressful, and unfortunate? Right. So I'll give you some examples of what happened to me personally. I had a brain tumor back in '98, and I had to undergo brain surgery. Right. So I can either look at that as an unfortunate event that took me out of commission for about, maybe 4 to 6 months, and made me deaf in my right ear, took me away from having fun, and all these negative reasons, right? Or I can look at it in a positive light, accepting it and believing that, that it had to happen for me to be where I am right now. I can look at it where it allowed me to wake up, to be more appreciative of everything. I can look at it that way, right? And I actually do, I look at it as a blessing, right? Back in 2008, I was laid off. They eliminated my position. I used to work in New York City by Madison Square Garden in New York City, and I've been working there for I think 11 years. So, I was a manager in the IT department, and yeah, just one day out of the blue, they eliminated my position, replaced me, and I could look at that as an unfortunate event. I could be upset about it, saying, how dare they do that to me? I can't believe that. It was a nice, high-paying job. Or I can say, I can believe that it was great that happened. It greatly improved my life. It brought me to where I am today. It made me closer to my family. Because when I was working in New York City, my commute used to be 4 hours a day. I used to commute 2 hours going there, 2 hours coming back. And I used to pay, I think, almost $400 a month for my commute. It's because I used to take the train. So the way I view that is, it was such a blessing, I get to take my kids to school now. I get to be home for dinner. My job is so flexible right now that that I can come and go anytime I want. So yeah. So again, another example, and one last example. When I was in high school, I was dumped by this girl. And I was devastated. I think it was like my first or second heartache, and I was devastated. I thought my heart was going to explode. And, I was like, why is this, life sucks. Why is this happening? How could you do this to me? And, I could look at that as, saying, oh man, that sucked big time. Or, that was horrible, right? Or I can look at the past, I can look at that incident and say, you know what, I'm so glad that happened because it made me stronger. It made me realize that, now I know this, right? But back then I didn't. It made me realize that your happiness is within you. Your happiness does not depend on another person completing your life. You can be happy. You decide to be happy, not somebody else. If you're always looking for that other person to make you happy, that special someone to make you happy, it's going to be unfortunate because there is no such thing. You might feel that they're making you happy now, but in the long run, you're going to realize that the happiness is within you. You decide. Anytime you can decide to be happy and to accept. But anyway, so those are 3 examples that I just gave you of how to look at the past in a positive light. I'm just sharing with you my idea. You know, whatever you decide, whatever you do, is the right way. We all have our own paths. There is no right or wrong, right? We all have our own style. We all have our own, I guess, progression, right? You know, you go at your own pace. I go at my own pace, right? It's all good. Variety is one of the great things about life, you know. But I do encourage you to look at the past in a positive light. You know, because it just feels good. That's why I do it. You know, I do what feels good. You know, if it doesn't feel good, I try to stay away from it. Right? But yeah, I hope you kind of understand what I'm talking about here. About, you know, there's different ways to look at the past, and you know, I just believe that, you know, it's great to look at the past in a positive light. All right, so I hope you can do that. And if you need help doing that, feel free to email me. My email is coach@positiveprosperity.me, and I will help you. All right. And for those of you who want your own online franchise, check out the link for iPass 2. All right. And if you have any questions, I'll help you with that as well. All right. Have an awesome Friday. If you've already had your Friday, I hope it was a great one. Have an awesome weekend. And remember that you are connected to everyone and everything. And there is love all around you. Right? And always remember that I love you. All right? So have an awesome one. Enjoy, accept, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.